Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. As many are out celebrating Memorial Day today, several programs are being held throughout the Sioux Falls area. The first is taking place at this hour at the South Dakota Veterans Cemetery. The South Dakota Veterans Affairs is hosting the event, and Lieutenant Governor Larry Roden will give the keynote address. Fleet Farm's Taps Across America service starts at 3 p.m., where Post 15 will perform the colors and taps. Turning now to a first look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Adam Rutt. Weather should be fine for any outdoor events taking place on this Memorial Day.
Yeah, for a large majority of Kiloland, that is absolutely true. Unfortunately, there is one area we're going to have to watch as we head through the afternoon and evening where we could see a few showers and thunderstorms fire up. Here's a view from our camera downtown, 66, now 65 with the beauty of live television. West wind at 22 miles per hour. Just some fair weather clouds above. Beyond that, it has been a pretty nice start to the afternoon out there. From Sioux Falls, we will head on over to Huron now with a view of Campbell Park, and the flag's ready for some ceremonies out there in the Beadle County area. 67, but notice all those flags getting a workout. West winds at 23 miles per hour. It has been a little blustery at times out there. We're at 66 in Pierre as well as Winter and Mobridge. We'll throw in Rapid City as well. 68 your number in Aberdeen and Valentine. 61 Spearfish. 67 though toward Mitchell and Yankton. We're in the 70s in Iowa toward Spencer at 72. Sisseton though a little bit cooler. They're at 58. You'll see why in just a moment. Everybody, though, getting in on a breezy second half of your Memorial Day with a west by northwest wind in place in many locations around 10 to 20 miles per hour. That wind is going to gradually back off as we head through the rest of your day and into the night, but we are going to have to keep an eye on the skies, especially in portions of eastern and northeastern Kiloland. Now, I mentioned that Sisseton was only at 58. There's why. There's a little bit of rain up there in Roberts County. Now moving down into Grant County toward Wilmot and Millbank. As we're going to continue to move on through down to the south and east. And it's not going to be the only little shower or thunderstorm that we watch as we head through the rest of the afternoon. In fact, we do still have that risk for some scattered showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon and evening if you're along the Prairie Coteau or the Buffalo Ridge as we go through the next several hours. So if you have any travel plans or if there are any outdoor ceremonies this afternoon and evening around that neck of the woods, you will want to keep an eye on the skies. For the rest of the day, though, outside of that chance for a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms, especially the farther south you go, a better opportunity toward Brookings and Marshall, for example. It's upper 60s and low to mid 70s for high temperatures in southeastern and northeastern Kiloland. To the northeast, we have that better chance for a couple of scattered thunderstorms, especially towards Sisseton, Watertown, Canby, Ortonville as well, getting in on that as well. West River, though, yeah, you're going to be doing pretty well for the rest of your day. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s outside of northwestern South Dakota. You'll be in the upper 60s, but overall, outside of the wind, the rest of your Memorial Day outlook is looking pretty nice out that way. We'll talk about the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. 70 million Americans are expected to be impacted today by severe weather from the south up through the northeast. It follows tornadoes and other extreme weather that killed at least 20 people in parts of the Midwest and South over the weekend. Dave Malkoff reports from Valley View, Texas, where survivors of a tornado say things would have been much worse without the quick thinking of one man.
A funnel cloud was caught on camera in Eddiesville, Kentucky. The state's governor declared a state of emergency early Monday because of the severe weather. Hail and twisters also battered parts of Missouri. In St. Louis, neighbors worked to clear the debris.
We're lucky. Everybody here is lucky our houses weren't destroyed.
In Arkansas, the severe weather led to several deaths. Others lost their homes after twisters tore through the area.
I knew something was bad. We heard it. It lasted a couple minutes and then pretty devastating.
2 young children were among the victims of deadly twisters in Cook County, Texas.
With this particular one, the damage and the loss is just really heartbreaking.
If you look at all the 300 tornadoes that have happened so far this season, it makes it the second worst April on record. Amid the destruction, there are stories of heroism, including at this truck stop, where Hugo Parra told his fellow passengers to take shelter in the bathrooms.
When I say let's go to the restrooms, you know, the dispatcher started, hey, go, 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 go. And everybody listened and everybody go to the restrooms.
That person saved probably 50, 60 lives.
The local emergency manager tells CBS News nobody died at this gas station, thanks to the quick thinking of that voice in the dark. Dave Malkoff, CBS News, Valley View, Texas.
Testimony in Donald Trump's New York hush money trial wrapped up last week after more than 4 weeks and nearly 24 witnesses. The case heads into the pivotal final stretch of closing arguments, jury deliberations, and possibly a verdict. But in a landmark trial that's already featured its fair share of memorable moments, this week could be the most important. Starting on Tuesday, prosecutors and defense lawyers will have their final opportunity to address the jury in closing arguments. Today, people across the country are remembering and honoring fallen soldiers for Memorial Day. And perhaps there's even more attention on World War II veterans as the 80th anniversary of D-Day approaches. Mike Daly tries to honor his father, Sergeant John Daly, every day. In his basement, you'll find pictures from his dad's time serving in World War II and items he carried along the way. He even has the letters his dad sent home throughout the war.
He was in the 20th Combat Engineers, which is a group that is assigned, and main job is building bridges, clearing minefields, blowing up enemy areas of defense so that the infantry could then move forward.
In tonight's Eye on Keloland, Lawrence Solik will bring us more on John Daly's life through the eyes of his son as we commemorate Memorial Day.